Om Sai Ram, Chapter 6, Shri Sai Nathaya Namaha, Ram-Navami Festival and Masjid Repairs. Efficacy of the touch of Guru's hand. Ram-Navami Festival, its origin, transformation, etc. Repairs to the Masjid. Before describing Ram-Navami festival and Masjid repairs, author makes some preliminary remarks about Sadguru as follows. Efficacy of the touch of Guru's hand. Where real or Sadguru is the helmsman, he is sure to carry us safely and easily beyond the worldly ocean. The word Sadguru brings to mind Sai Baba. He appears to me as if standing before me and applying Udi, sacred ashes, to my forehead and placing his hand of blessing on my head. Then joy fills my heart and love overflows through my eyes. Wonderful is the power of the touch of Guru's hand. The subtle body, consisting of thoughts and desires, which cannot be burned by the world-dissolving fire, is destroyed by the mere touch of the Guru's hand, and the sins of many past births are cleaned and washed away. Even the speech of those whose heads feel annoyed when they hear religious and godly talks attains calmness. The seeing of Sai Baba's handsome form chokes our throat with joy, makes the eyes overflowing with tears, and overwhelms the heart with emotions. It awakens in us I and he, Brahma consciousness, manifests the joy of self-realization, and dissolving the distinction of I and thou, then and there, makes us one with the Supreme, one reality. When I begin to read scriptures, at every step I am reminded of my Sadguru, and Sai Baba assumes the form of Rama or Krishna and makes me listen to his life. For instance, when I sit to listen to Bhagavad, Sai becomes Krishna from top to toe, and I think he sings the Bhagavad or Uddhav Gita, song of teachings by Lord Shri Krishna to his disciple Uddhav, for the welfare of the devotees. When I begin to chit-chat, I am at once put in mind of science stories for enabling me to give suitable illustrations. When I myself start to write anything, I cannot compose a few words or sentences, but when he is of his own accord makes me write, I go on writing, and there is no end to it. When the disciple's egoism props up, he presses it down with his hand, and giving him his own power, makes him gain his object, and thus satisfies and blesses him. If anyone prostrates before Sai and surrenders heart and soul to him, then unsolicited, all the chief objects of life, that is dharma, righteousness, earth, wealth, calm, desire, and moksha, deliverance, are easily and unsolicitedly attained. 4 paths, viz. Of karma, jnana, yoga, and bhakti, lead us separately to God. Of these, the path of bhakti is thorny and full of pits and ditches, and thus difficult to traverse. But if you, relying on your Sadguru, avoid the pits and thorns and walk straight, it will take you to the destination, God. So says definitely Sai Baba. After philosophing about the self-existent Brahma, his power, Maya, to create this world and the world created, and stating that all these three are ultimately one and the same, the author quotes Sai Baba's words guaranteeing the welfare of the bhaktas. There will never be any dearth or scarcity regarding food and clothes in any devotee's homes. It is my special characteristic that I always look to and provide for the welfare of those devotees who worship me wholeheartedly with their minds ever fixed on me. Lord Krishna has also said the same in the Gita. Therefore, strive not much for food and clothes. If you want anything, beg of the Lord, leave worldly honors, try to get Lord's grace and blessings, and be honored in His court. Do not be deluded by worldly honor. The form of the deity should be firmly fixed in the mind. Let all the senses and mind be ever devoted to the worship of the Lord. Let there be no attraction for any other thing. Fix the mind in remembering me always, so that it will not wander elsewhere towards worldly wealth and home. Then it will be calm, peaceful, and carefree. This is the sign of the mind being well engaged in good company. If the mind is vagrant, it cannot be called well merged. After quoting these words, the author goes on to relate the story of Ram-Navami festival in Shirdi. As Ram-Navami is the greatest festival celebrated at Shirdi, another fuller account is published in Sai Leela magazine of 1925, page 197, is also referred to, and a summary of the festival as related in both these accounts is attempted here. Origin: one Mr. Gopal Rao Gund was a circle inspector at Kopargaon. He was a great devotee of Baba. He had 3 wives but had no kids. With Sai Baba's blessing, a son was born to him. In the joy that he felt regarding the event, an idea of celebrating a fair or urus occurred to him in the year 1897, and he placed it for consideration before other Shirdi devotees, viz. Tatya Patil, Dada Kote Patil, and Madhav Rao Deshpande Shama. They all approved of the idea and got Sai Baba's permission and blessings. Then an application for getting the collector's sanction for celebrating the Urus was made. But as the village Kulkarni reported against holding the fair, the sanction was refused. But as Sai Baba had blessed it, they tried again and ultimately succeeded in getting the collector's sanction. The day for the Urus was fixed on Ram-Navami day. After having consultation with Sai Baba, it seems he had some end in view. In this, the unification of the 2 fairs of festivals, the Urus and the Ram-Navami, and the unification of the 2 communities, the Hindus and Mohammedans, as future events showed, this end or object was achieved. Though the permission was obtained, but other difficulties cropped up. Shri was a village. There was a scarcity of water. There were 2 wells in the village. The one in use dried up soon, and the water from the second was brackish. This brackish water was turned into sweet one by Sai Baba by throwing flowers into it. The water of this well was insufficient, so Tatya Patil had to arrange to get water from a well by fixing moats thereon at a considerable distance. Then temporary shops had to be constructed and wrestling boats arranged. Gopal Rao Gund had a friend by name Damu Anna Kasar of Ahmednagar. He also was similarly unhappy in the matter of progeny. Though he married two wives, he too was blessed by Sai Baba with sons, and Mr. Gund prevailed upon his friend to prepare and supply one simple flag for the procession of the fair. He also succeeded in inducing Mr. Nana Sahib Nimorkar to supply another embroidered flag. Both these flags were taken in procession through the village and finally fixed at the two ends or corners of the masjid, which is called by Sai Baba as Dwarka Mai. This is being done even now. The Sandal Procession. There was another procession which was started in this fair. This idea of sandal procession originated with one Mr. Amir Shakkar Dalal, a Mohammedan Bhakt from Korhla. This procession is held in honor of great Muslim saints. Sandal, that is chandan paste or scrapings, are put in the thali and these are carried with incense burning before them in procession to the accompaniment of band and music through the village, and then after returning to the masjid, the contents of the dishes are thrown on the nimbar and walls of the masjid with hands. This work was managed by Mr. Amir Shakkar for the first 3 years and then afterwards by his wife. So on one day, the two procession, the flags by the Hindus and that of sandal by the Muslims, went on side by side and are still going on without any hitch. Arrangement. This day was very dear and sacred to the devotees of Sai Baba. Most of them turned out on the occasion and took a leading part in the management of the fair. Tatya Kote Patil looked to all outward affairs while the internal management was entirely left to one Radha Krishna Mai, a female devotee of Baba. Her residence was full of guests on the occasion and she had to look to their needs and also to arrange for all the paraphernalia of the fair. Another work which she willingly did was to wash out and clean and whitewash the entire masjid. Its walls and floor, which was blackened and were full of soot on account of the ever-burning dhuni, sacred fire of Sai Baba. This work she did during the night when Sai Baba went to sleep every alternate day in the chawdi. She had to take out all the things, including even the dhuni, and after thorough cleaning the whitewashing, replace them as they were before. Feeding the poor, which was so dear to Sai Baba, was also a great item in this fair. For this purpose, cooking on a grand scale and preparing various sweet dishes was done in Radha Krishna Mai's lodging, and various rich and wealthy devotees took a leading part in this affair. Om Namo Shri Sai Nathaya Namaha. End of chapter 6. Om Sai Ram.